Hi everyone, I'm Carol Keller, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Illinois in the United States, and today I have for you a card using the color block technique. It's a technique where you use your blocks that you normally use to attach your stamps to, and you use the block as a stamp. So I hope you like the technique. I'm also using a new stamp set that will be premiering in the new annual catalog called Notes Totes, and some new designer series paper as well. So I hope you like them. Let's get started. Here's the card I have for you today. As I said, it uses the Notes Totes stamp set. So I'm going to put it aside so we can get started right away. And the one thing I will say, usually I pull out my card base and my DSP and put that all together. And I'm not going to do that because I did have some struggles, issues, whatever you want to call it, with the color block technique. And I did a lot of practicing. I had a couple of kind of missteps just as I was practicing and getting used to the technique. So my suggestion is to practice on a scrap paper first before you go to your actual piece of cardstock, because I found that that was easier and better for me. So we are going to start with that piece of cardstock. This is 3 inches by 4 3/4 inches. And the instructions, I did this as part of a tutorial, and the instructions actually call for using, I thought just a C block, but you can use just a C block as I did here, or you can use a C block and a B block. So let me bring them in so I can show you. So this is the C block, and this is the one that I use here, and you can see that there's overlap. And this is the B block, which is a little bit smaller. So I'm going to give this a try today to use the B block like apparently I was supposed to. Again, it is kind of a choose your own adventure. So you could do either one. Certainly you could use other sizes. It's just really to show you the technique. So I'm going to move that out of the way for a minute. We're going to use the B block, and I used Pool Party ink here and Fresh Freesia here. We're going to start, when I did this one, I started with the Fresh Freesia, and I estimated the middle, and you can see that it's actually a little bit low. So to fix that, I'm going to start with the Pool Party. So let me bring in the ink. And there are a couple of different ways that you can do this. So let's put it, I'm going to put it here. I know it's a little bit off screen or partly off screen, but to put it on here, it's very loud when you ink it. So I don't want that because it makes the video loud, and I'm left-handed, so I need it on this side. So, but what you're going to do is start with Pool Party Ink Pad, and the directions call for, if it's a dark color, to stamp off first. And I did try it that way. Oops, this one, let's put a little more ink on there to make it even. Yes, that looks better. I did try it that way first. I stamped off and it was too light, and the coverage wasn't good. So the other thing I'm going to do though, and actually there is sort of a spot in the middle of this. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's better. Maybe it's just a flaw in the block, but we'll see what it looks like stamped. Maybe I'll even do a test run first, because I am going to bring in a scrap like I said. That's because we are going to spritz this a little bit. I've got the Stampin Mister, and so I'm going to, just cover the space behind a little, because I don't want it to get on my glass mat, and hold it up pretty far and give it a little spritz. And you just use one because you don't want it too wet. And that's maybe not even the whole ink pad or the whole block. Let's see. So I'm going to do a test run like this. And I can see already that the coverage is not good. It's uneven. So this is why I say it's really good to practice first. And even here, the coverage isn't completely the same. There isn't the same coverage throughout. There's a little bit of white space here, but it still looks better than this. So now I've cleaned that, and we're going to try it again. So like I said, it's better to take your time and try it a couple of different times until you're happy with the result. And I tried it even, you can do it without even spritzing the water. That may have been what I actually ended up doing. Let me see. I'm going to do another test run here. I think that is what I ended up doing. I think I did. So I'm going to try that again. Just cover the block. And then I'm going to bring in my my piece of cardstock. Make sure it's straight. and do it up near the top. Gonna give it a good press. Not happy with that. So I moved it a little bit. So I'm gonna flip it over. That's the beauty of when you make a mistake. 2 sides of cardstock, I'm gonna flip it over. So let's try that again. It's the block. It's not actually square. It's a little bit rounded. Let me clean it and we'll do a test run with the other side and see if it's any different. I think that's, oh no, I can see it. You can see it even through here. It's not rounded. So I'm going to go back to plan A and I'm going to just use the C block. So I learned something that you do have to make sure the block is square, because I don't like that. I don't like that the edges are rounded at all. It looks much crisper with the C block. So I'm going to get another piece of cardstock and be right back. Okay. So I cut a new piece of paper, 3 inches by 4 3/4, same as the first one. And I'm going to now use my C block because I had good luck with that on this card. And I know it's more square. So definitely do a test run first. You know, I debated editing out that part of my video where I made the mistake, but I really wanted to be able to show you why it's important to see if it works the right way or not. So, all right, we are going to try and get the D block up in the corner. That's good. I'm happy with that. It's mostly covered and I'm happy. It's got good, a little bit of white on each side and about the same amount of white. So that's good. And then we'll do the same thing, hopefully down here. Yeah, not bad. Let's see if we can get some more color. Yeah, I like that. I can live with that. There's a little bit of bleeding there, but that's okay. That's okay. I think I'm gonna live with that. I think I like that. So I've cleaned my block. And I'm going to turn it over just to be on the safe side. And we're done with pool party, so I'm going to pull in my fresh Freesia. We're going to do the same thing. So I do like the idea that I can center this hopefully a little bit better than I did on the first one. But you know, going on camera is a little bit scary when it comes to that, but let's see. So let's make sure it's straight. Giving it a good press. Yeah, that's much better, much more centered. I like that a lot. And so like I said, I think the coverage is good. I don't expect there to be no white spaces. So I like that. So that is all we need the fresh Freesia for. And last but not least, we're going to bring in Misty Moonlight. And we're going to use that for the sentiment, sending warm wishes. That looks pretty good. And hopefully this is dry enough, but I don't think it will matter. I think it will be okay. It's probably a little bit wet, but we're going to give it a go. Okay, a little bit crooked, just like the first one. Handmade, right? People understand. I'm also taking a flower from that same set. And this is, you need good coverage on this. It's a stamp that has more fill, a bigger surface area to cover. And so I'm gonna put that right on the bottom now that I feel like it's good. Right about here. And now I'm gonna bring in my envelope at first because we're gonna put one of those flowers right on the corner. Make sure I've got some good coverage. So that's it. Then it coordinates. Move that aside. And I'm going to stamp it one more time on the inside. So let me bring in the other components. I've got a pool party card base. My DSP, and that comes from the Floral Impressions DSP pack. I'm going to put some seal on the back. Oh, and I need my bone folder for that card base. We'll do that too. Put this on first though. And now I'll grab my bone folder, give that a nice crisp edge. And then we'll put this on the front. Oh, not yet. That's right. We're going to layer that. Let's do the inside first. So on the inside of this one, I just stamped right on the pool party card base because it's light in color, and same thing. That's where that flower is going to go. This time though, I sort of debated whether I needed a white piece of cardstock on the inside and then stamp on that. So I'm going to do both. I'm going to do the white one on this one since I didn't on the other one. We're going to stamp that same flower in the corner, just like we did on the inside of the other one. And then we're going to put this on the inside, and I'm going to show you both, and you can compare and see which one you like better, because I do think it's personal preference. I used to often just stamp right on the inside if it was a light colored card base. And then I got so used to putting the white inside that now it sort of looks funny to me to not have it. So there's the one, here's the other way. And tell me in the comments which one you like better, if you like just using the inside the way it is, or does it feel a little more finished with the white? Because that's kind of how I'm feeling now, that it looks a little more finished. So last but not least, I'm going to use my bone folder one more time. I probably should have waited till I had done the inside. And then I have a piece to layer this on. This is 3 1/4 inches by 5 inches, and we're just going to layer it. So let me grab my seal for that. So once you get the hang of the color block, it's a really quick card, and you can certainly easily do multiples of them. And I almost feel like, I think I may do that to sort of hide the fact that it's a little bit crooked. I don't know, what do you think? I think I'm going to do it. So another way to kind of hide your mistake, and I'm going to get this glue or this ink out of the way too before I have a little disaster. But we're going to do it this way this time. Just like that. Get my ink out of the way. And then we just need some bling. And so for the bling, what I used was the two-tone sparkle gems. So I felt like the colors, it's more of a blue, but you can get away with sort of a pool party feel to it. Or I think it's got a pool party feel to it, and then a fresh freesia. So I'm going to use my take your pick tool, and I scattered a bunch around as you see in the first card. Let's put a little putty. You can pick it up. So one here. And then I use the smaller ones. Let's see, we'll do it a little bit different. Do this. And then we'll do it out here, I think. Just to change it up a little bit. There's really no wrong way. And then we'll press them down, as long as once you're happy with placement. And that's it. That is the card. It's that simple. Let me show you the Notes and Totes stamp set. So we use the Sending Warm Wishes, but there are other Just a Note, You Earned It. I like the Relax and Enjoy. I use that actually on another card, so I've used this bundle. I use the whole bundle on another card, so look for that in the coming few weeks here. But for this one, I just used the stamp set, and so then obviously some other sentiments, some little background, a little background stamp, and even this would make a nice one. So you're going to see that too in a later card. But that's it. That's the stamp set. Let me show you the designer series paper that I used. Again, it's called Floral Impressions. I love this. Oof, that would make such a nice scrapbook page. This one nice, bright and sunny, summery, some summery florals. This obviously is the one we use today. And here is the last one, and then the reverse side. sides, which coordinate with the front sides. And I use this on another card with that Notes and Totes bundle too. So like I said, look for that coming up. I used actually the same or a very similar color palette for that one. So, all right, thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate you watching every week as I post videos either on my Facebook page or on my YouTube channel. It means a lot to me. Post in the comments, straight on or tilted. Do you like the placement of the bling, one or the other better? What do you think about the inside? Use the white or not? And let me know what you think, because I really like seeing the comments. Stick around, check out my other videos on my YouTube channel. I've got lots of other cards, scrapbook pages, tips and techniques, beginner videos, home decor items, and I do paper pumpkin alternatives every month. So check out those and leave a comment on those too, to let me know what you think. All right, thanks for watching. Take care, everyone. Happy stamping.